here I am doing it all over again. So when I said in my last video that the next video I post on here was going to be about how you can uncover the hidden narcissist in your life, I kind of shot myself in the foot because that threw off my whole goal of trying to be consistent on YouTube. I had spent so much time working on that video only to realize that I had made the video too long. That video was so long that it took me 3 nights to try to film everything. Like, my husband would tell me the next day that like he would pass by my office door and hear me getting frustrated and yelling like, ah! Because like, it's so frustrating. My ADHD did not help whatsoever because it made it so hard to remember my lines. Like, I'd read what I have to say and then literally freeze in front of the camera and be like, because I just forgot what I read. And it's just literally a bunch of clips of just me repeating that same process. Also, my Spanish accent didn't help. Like, I know in high school I had always been told that I have an accent, which is fine. But when it comes to being on camera, it kind of makes me self-conscious because like sometimes I don't think I'm pronouncing words right and I end up tripping myself. And a part of that is the reason why I constantly trip over my words or pronounce them wrong. And it just constantly made me feel self-conscious that I was saying things the wrong way. Like, I even bought a teleprompter thinking that that was gonna be the magical thing that kind of fixes everything. But it turns out that you actually have to write a really good script in order for that to even work, which I did not. So me constantly putting it in my head that that video had to be my next video honestly really messed me up because I really wanted to make that video perfect and on point because I know it's going to be useful for so many people. But at the same time, rereading and learning all the ways that narcissists manipulate people literally triggered me. Like, it brought up a lot of feelings of anger and resentment, and I didn't want to feel like that. I also don't want that to be the message that people take away from the video. I don't want them to feel that. I want that video to help people understand the type of treatment that they shouldn't put up with. And what ended up happening as a result was me feeling increasingly anxious that I hadn't posted a video in a long time. Me getting frustrated that I couldn't get things right the first time around. And on top of that, I felt super guilty that all of this wasted effort was me missing out on doing things with my girls and my husband and having family time with them. But you know what? Luckily, I came across this video by Ali Abdal. He mentioned that when it comes to content creation, the feedback that you get from putting your content out there and you taking in those reactions and preferences, that is not only gonna help with improving my content, it's also gonna help me with getting comfortable and being in front of the camera. It's also going to give me that dopamine that I desperately, as an ADHD person, needs in order to not get burned out. And I have so many ideas for the videos that I want to make that creatively fulfill me and are actually useful. Like, there's this one where I want to create a system where I'm able to store all the recipes that I find on Instagram and YouTube and still have it be a place where I can store all of my favorite go-to recipes that are all up here. Like, I even bought deli containers because I noticed that there was a trend amongst people who had previously worked in the restaurant business, and that's how they kind of organized all their meal prep using deli containers. And I want to get better at that because I'm honestly tired of worrying about what I have to make for dinner every single night. Like, my goal is to be well organized. Like, I can't believe that I was falling back into the same old patterns that led me to burnout when I had first made my keto YouTube account. Like, the videos I made on there were super long. Like, I was making videos where I was creating like 7 different keto chocolate chip recipes and a bunch of other similar stuff like that. And they took me forever to edit and forever to upload. I sacrificed my sleep, my relationship, and my enjoyment of the diet. I almost lost my job. And here I am doing it all over again. Like, I don't want to repeat the same mistakes. So I know that means having to do things differently. Like, I'm a mother, so I don't have the luxury of spending all night filming and editing. Like, that's literally unsustainable. So I'm actually grateful that I have ADHD because now that I know that I get bored easily when I work on a project for too long, I can use my ability to multitask as an advantage to keep me motivated. I can use that energy to work on my deep dive videos on how to uncover a hidden narcissist and still be able to work on other videos at the same time. Like, I've been wanting to make a recipe vlog where I try this Brazilian lemonade that I've been dying to make ever since I saw it on Instagram, or make videos where I hold myself accountable and actually follow through with creating a system that helped me simplify what to make for dinner every night. I'm so glad that during my month-long frustration with trying to make that video, I came across this YouTuber who was like sponsored by Skillshare, and she shared a system that she created on Notion that kind of like streamlined her video content creation. And I was like, ooh, I need to know that because I'm literally struggling over here. So I signed up for her free month of Skillshare so I can find that particular class and figure out how to do it for myself. And now that I created my own, I feel like I'm truly ready to start consistently creating on YouTube. Because now I won't feel stuck creating a video from beginning to end because everything will be well organized. Now I'll be able to jump around and start brainstorming a new video project when I get bored of the one that I'm currently making. And I won't have to be afraid of losing track of where I am in the other video's progress. And I'll just be able to multitask my way through it. And it's because of that class that I feel like I can actually create that system, that meal planning system that I was telling you about, because there's a lot of things that I learned from how to use Notion in that lesson that I can apply to making that thing actually happen. So yeah, at the beginning when I was going through that frustration process of trying to put out that long video, I did blame myself a lot for not being able to stay consistent on YouTube. But now that I reflect back on it, I can see it as an ugly wake-up call to realizing that I was going down the same road that led me to burnout the first time around. Like now, I've really burned it inside my head that I can't fall back into those patterns again. Ever again. Like, I'm not like all the YouTubers on here that have all the time to focus on my videos. I got like 3 hours after the girls go to sleep, and even then I have to divide it between like decompressing or actually working on my videos. And it's crazy that spending time on a video that I had to rewrite the script 3 times, film over the span of 4 days, which yeah, I wore the same shirt and styled my hair the exact same way for 4 days, and even after I was done recording, I still look like a mess towards the end of it. I looked like I was super over it. And even then, that was still not enough to convince me that I should scrap the whole video. It wasn't until I found out that 2 of my files were corrupted and that I had to refilm those parts all over again that I was like, I'm done. I'm done. And that's when I was like, you know what? I need to make this video that I'm making right now because it's ridiculous. Because this is ridiculous. I literally felt like I was going insane. But now I see it as the hard freaking lesson that I had to learn. And honestly, I'm grateful that it turned out that way. And it also allowed me to come across all the resources that were gonna help me put out videos in a more enjoyable, sustainable way. How do I look? It's moments like these that have me convinced that divine timing is a real thing. It's this concept that things happen at the right reason and we have to be patient and accept that we can't control how things work out. And it also means that we're meant to learn from these things and trust that everything will work out for the best, even when things feel tough right now. See, the one thing about me is that you'll never catch me wearing shoelaces. I'm ready! Take me home, take me on a ride. I got a good feeling about the colors lighting up your eyes. Take me home, take me to the sky. I got a good feeling. Oh my god, I'm so tired. So the plan was to come up to Mount Rubidoux and I was gonna try to hike to the top with my babies, and then I realized it's 100 degrees and like that's not gonna happen. We're actually gonna go back down, but enough about me. Tell me about you. Has there been a moment where you noticed that like a lot of bad things was happening to you? Ah, bug. Ew. I'm not a nature person at all. Yuck. Has there been a moment where you noticed that a lot of bad things had kept happening to you repeatedly, only to realize that it all ended up working out in the end? Ah, another bug. ultimately there was a reason for all the things to just line up the way that they did? Let me know below, because I really want to know. I really want to confirm that this divine timing is actually a thing. Anyway, subscribe if you want a friend. And remember, every time you think you're failing, you're not really failing. You're actually failing forward. And that's the best kind of failing, because you can only really learn something meaningful when you fail. So try to fail today. No. So fail at something today. Okay, bye.